Y'all thought this shit was over, but it's just the beginning. China analyst Victor Gao had some very interesting words for Donald Trump. Think I'm lying? Look at this.
China is fully prepared to fight to the very end because the world is big enough that the United States is not the totality of the market in the world. So if the United States wants to go in that direction of completely shutting itself out of the China market, be my guest.
Wow.
Yeah, and China will lose the US market, which, as I've said, is 15%.
We don't care. We don't care. China has been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, there was no United States, and we survived.
That man came out clear as day and say, we don't care. They can survive without us. So they're not backing down on this tariff war. So the more that Donald Trump raises the tariffs on them, they're going to continue to keep raising the tariffs on us. And if you thought a TikTok deal was going to happen, forget about it. That shit's gone for the foreseeable future. Meanwhile, tariffs hurt the consumers, which meaning it's going to hurt us. We're going to have to pay the piper. But hey, as I always say, this is who y'all voted for.
Pull camera. Well, we have somebody that pull camera in the house. When we see you pull up, we see the three of you get out, walk up to the house, just you and Alonzo. He knocks on the door. You don't go on the door at first. You start walking away. As soon as you're partway down the street, or partway down the driveway, he comes outside, so you guys walk back. Okay?
Now this person right here is allegedly supposed to be involved in that terrible tragedy that took place in Minnesota. This man claims that it's not him, that they have the wrong guy. But shit gets more interesting.
On the door there was a camera. And you had gloves on, you had a mask on, but we're still able to tell it's you. With a mask on. Yeah.
The police are convinced they have the right person. The detective also mentions that they have audio, as there were several cameras surrounding that house. This guy continues to claim his innocence, states he was with his child that day, and that his baby mama didn't want to come get the child, using his child as an alibi, knowing that his child can't say yes or no.
It's also audio, and you can be heard on there saying, "Ain't no big dog, is it?" What? Ain't no big dog, is it? What do that mean? Ain't no big dog, is it? Not yet.
Kinda sound like the same person to me, but I'm not the detective. Again, this is a terrible tragedy that shouldn't have took place to begin with. And my thoughts and my prayers go out to those little kids, because now they're left without parents and a sibling, but also might have to relive that tragedy for the rest of their life. So if you had New Year's Eve plans this year, you might as well cancel them. Major cities in the US are canceling New Year Eve events because of safety concerns. Just last week, this extremist group was charged with conspiracy and possession of an unregistered destructive device in connection with an alleged plot. And this one incident happened in Southern California. After law enforcement agencies seeing numerous images, they knew it was time to make an arrest. Urging people, if you don't have a means for being outside, to please stay at home. But it's not only happening in the United States. Paris has canceled all New Year Eve plans, and the list just keeps going on and on. And if you're wondering why everyone is now canceling New Year Eve plans, safety concerns and security threats. A simple Google search can let you know all places that have canceled New Year Eve events. This might just be the year to bring New Year's in at home. Now don't get me wrong, there's always safety concerns when New Year's comes around, but is it worth it?
One of the victims steps out, apparently completely unaware the delivery is a setup.
Now again, what happened to this family is definitely a tragedy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But people keep saying that he's a kid. 20 years old, you're 1 year from being an adult. If you commit any crimes, you're going to jail as an adult. So when he walked out that door, and you can clearly see he walked to the end of the driveway and then turned back around, not aware of his surroundings, not aware that there's no UPS truck outside, not paying attention that there's two people with masks. And instead of just grabbing the package from right there, you turn around and they walk back with you to your door. That shit right there don't seem fishy? Like somebody, please, you gotta make it make sense. Again, that's just being too trusting. Two people for one package that look like than a motherfucker. And again, no device to sign for anything. So after several months of talking about it, He's finally did it.
Today, I'm pleased to announce that I will be signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance.
So what does this mean, you say? Now marijuana will be classified in the same drug class as Tylenol with codeine. So don't get too happy yet, because that don't mean that it's legal.
With legitimate medical uses, we have people begging for me to do this.
This right here gives scientists the green light so they can go ahead and study it to see how it can help people that's in excruciating pain. And since cannabis has never been studied by the FDA, this now gives them the option to do so. And since there have been independent studies that show that marijuana is medically beneficial, now they're gonna see it for themselves. But I honestly would like to know you guys' thoughts. Do you believe this is a good step in the right direction? Especially if it's gonna help people in need. Don DeCon say they gonna reclassify Mary Jane. But do y'all remember this?
Some people hate the whole concept of marijuana because if it does bad for the children, it does bad for people that are older than children. But we're looking at reclassification, and we'll make a determination over the next few weeks.
Now, he said this to reporters in August. Now he said this the other day.
On the issue of drugs, is it accurate that you are considering an executive order to reclassify marijuana into the controlled
We are
substance?
considering that, yeah.
Are you planning?
Because a lot of people want to see it, the reclassification, because it leads to tremendous amounts of research.
So in August, which was 4 months ago, he talked about reclassifying Mary Jane. Here we are now in December, and he's still saying the same shit, just repeating itself. Count me out. If you were gonna do it, you would have did the shit already. It don't take months to decide if you're gonna reclassify some shit or not. When your Amazon driver deliver packages, but also these hands? Oh, wait!
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
He doesn't have a job.
What's your name? How do you know? You his neighbor?
I don't know, but he doesn't have
How do you
a
know?
job to
How do you know?
You are a professional.
He spit on me. I don't give a fuck about this job.
So we have another one of those fuck around and find out moments. So this guy allegedly spit on this Amazon driver. But what this motherfucker didn't know is not only that he delivered packages, but he delivered these hands. Count me out.
He spit on me. I have so many other boys to make money. I don't give a fuck about this job. I care about my self-respect and my dignity. I beat your ass because you spit on me, you bitch-ass nigga. So no one wanted to call the police. They wanted him to stop recording so he can call the police. And you can tell that other motherfucker is just racist as hell. Not giving a damn that the man just said that man spit on him, talking about he not a professional. Clearly that motherfucker on the bike ain't a professional neither. But I bet he won't reach down in the depths and hark another spit on another motherfucker. As they always say, do unto others as you want done to you. And if you feel the need to do something different, be prepared for the consequences. Count me out. Let me ask you simple-minded motherfuckers this. If black people don't worry about the black community, who the fuck else gonna worry about it? See, it's motherfuckers like this that just don't give a damn about what's going on in the world. Talking about some YTs and some Stanley Cups and fucking teddy bears as if we give a fuck about what the fuck they got going on. Oh, I got it now. You rather see a YT talking about the black community, showing videos of how motherfuckers going around making themselves look like a fool all for a pair of shoes. Then you're gonna have something to say to that YT because they ain't the same color as you. And let me remind you, most black motherfuckers buy Jordans, not YTs. Like I said before, while motherfuckers was standing in line for a pair of shoes acting a fool, are those bills paid? Do you got some land? Do you got some property? That's what you should be focused on, not a pair of shoes that's gonna run down in a couple of months and then you're gonna be looking for another pair. Like I stated before, motherfucker priorities are fucked up. And if you can agree with a moron like this, then yeah, you a part of the problem too.
We should be clear about who Charlie Kirk was. So
Alexandria Cortez, or AOC as she likes to be called, just said some shit that most of y'all ain't gonna wanna hear, but you need to hear, cause it's the truth.
We should be clear about who Charlie Kirk was. A man who believed that the Civil Rights Act that granted Black Americans the right to vote was a mistake. Who, after the violent attack on Paul Pelosi, claimed that, quote, some amazing patriot, unquote, should bail out his brutal assailants, and accused Jews of controlling, quote, not just the colleges, It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it.
Now, if I'm just being totally honest, I honestly don't know why we still discussing this topic, this subject, a week or two after the fact. A lot of people has lost their jobs. A lot of people has been censored. Freedom of speech is not freedom of speech anymore. Now they're saying it's a difference. Hate speech, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is the First Amendment right. And if you can't have freedom of speech, then what is the purpose of the amendments?